Get in, get settled in, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're going to get into it today. Come on in, y'all. Give everybody a few minutes to get settled in, grab a drink, get comfortable, light your smoke, get your incense going.
Whoa.
What up, what up, what up?
Somebody that I met, a spark of flame that didn't last. And oh my.
Welcome to Just Live Podcast. We go a minute here. Hey, I see Scum TV. I see Lady Nirvana. This is real time. Lady? Hey, Daryl? You said you felt tricked. You said somebody tricked you. Who tricked you? Turn this music down a little bit. How y'all doing today? Let me get on camera. Hey, let y'all see my face. Actually, let y'all see my JL Brandon in the back. What's that? It's JL. It's Just Live. So today is going to be a merchandise kind of day. I always got a brand. Hold on, let me get that name tag off me. Yeah, always Brandon. How's everybody doing today? What y'all talking about in these comments? Ah, hi. How are you doing, Mr. Harris Sr.? Thank you for joining us today. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm chilling today. As the title says, I'm just living, so I'm going to go ahead and pop my hoodie on. If that doesn't bother y'all too much, but if so, yeah. So, got a couple of treats for you today. I'm going to talk about a few things. First of all, how this podcast started. And, oh, yeah, lady, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, that was a teaser. I'm sorry. I did that. I'm responsible. I'm going to take accountability for that. But I'm glad you tuned in anyway. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm talking about a few different things. First of all, how Just Live came to be. Everybody knows that song, Just Live Your Life, right? So a lot has gone on in the past couple of years. Lots of things shut down. People lost jobs or had to stop working, right? There was this very scary thing going around. Not to make light of it, some of it was actually kind of scary, right? And life as we know it is so very different than it used to be, yeah? So this podcast is mainly about just how are you choosing to live your life now? Okay. And so at some point, we'll be having some people on talking about what's changed. How did you reinvent yourself? Which I don't know if I like that terminology, right? Because some of these things have been brewing forever. And fear mostly stops people from doing that thing that just, that just allows them to take off. So, oh, rest in peace, Takeoff. Yeah, lot going on these days. So we'll just be talking about a few things. Definitely want to send my condolences to the family of the young lady in Charlotte who had her life taken away from her, and it's just senseless. I just sending some love and light in that direction. And I don't know. losing lots of people. So we're going to talk about just living, just live your life. How are you choosing to live? Uh, let's see. Lady Navoa. Who you talking about? You talking about me? Thank you. Just kidding. Yeah, no, it was extremely disturbing because you think you're going to Mexico to enjoy your birthday, right? You already have to look out for stuff already, but you don't think you have to watch your back around your friends, but got to keep your head on a swivel. It is what it is, right? And so, unfortunately, her family is now suffering a great loss. And so, yeah, so my heart goes out to that family and everybody who loses somebody to senseless violence. Now, listen, I grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn in the 80s. Some people have considered that a war zone. Maybe I've been desensitized, but I think these days it's just really important to acknowledge that life is valuable and life has meaning. So, what does my life mean? Let me introduce myself to you. I know you've seen me here a couple of times. Oh, what you mean? Is it the headphones? Is that what it is? But look, I didn't do my hair, lady. Look, I'm like just just ponytailed down today, kind of just you know what I mean. So yeah, I hear you though. Thank you for the compliment. Much love to you. So yeah, so all right, let me tell you about me. I'm Sanaa. I'm from the Sharif clan. Shout out to my dad, Rashid Sharif Al Bey. He's a noble Moor Bey. And let's see, from a young age, he taught me how to turn my doll's socks into clothes for my Barbies, who otherwise would be naked. Long story. Uh, so for me, that turned into a love for fashion and fashion design and, fashion drawing and even sewing. And so these days I have a few collections. One of them, as you see, is the JL brand. It started out, y'all, don't laugh. It started out as jogger life, not because I was jogging, right? Well, I kind of was. At the time, I lost 82 pounds. Y'all don't even know. One day you're going to read about it in my book, right? But jogger life. I had lost my twin, Life the Legend. Shout out to Life the Legend, rest in peace. And so it was like a tribute, to my bro. And I was kind of just jogging through the circumstances, making my way, huff and puff and getting through it. So jogger life was that for me. I had the high fashion joggers, sequins, snakeskin joggers. They still floating around out there. You'll see them in my videos sometime. But yeah, so what that evolved into was just live. Like life is short. And what that means is if you want to enjoy life to the fullest, just live. So here we are, the JL brand, the Just Live brand. We on the Just Live podcast. Thank you for everybody that stopped through. I think that you all might enjoy Mirror Talk with Mr. Jim Savage. And so I'm going to bring him on shortly and kind of put him in the hot seat a little bit. Nothing real serious, but just some questions for the man. And if you would like for me to ask him some questions as well, I would love for you to go ahead and drop those questions in the chat so that we can put Mr. Jim Savage on the hot seat. So, are you ready? Are you ready to join the hot seat, Jim? Matter of fact, before you even tell me, I want y'all to tell me in the chat. Y'all want to see him in the hot seat? What do you want me to ask Jim today? What kind of questions? Let's see. Let's see if I can find something juicy. Oh no, I don't want to make it seem like drama. It's not drama. It's just, I don't know. I think he's always got everyone else kind of out there. Not for today. Today's an introductory episode because prior to now, as you all know, it was Ladies Like Us on Sunday at 3. So we are not doing the Ladies Like Us segment, but we are doing Just Live. And so starting next week, we will have some panelists and some call in options. And it's going to be fun and exciting. So, yeah, okay. All right, y'all. I won't hold you much longer. So we've got Mr. Savage. And if you're ready, sir, I'm going to go ahead and bring you in. Praise the
Hello,
Lord.
hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Good, good. So I've got a few questions for you today. But before I do, just in case we have some new people, tell the people who you are.
I am Jim Savage from Savage Calm Down Entertainment. Yes, that's me. and I'm in the hot seat.
So you're a savage?
I'm so much of one. Yes,
Oh, God.
I just keep it on the low though.
Okay. All right. All right. So you call yourself a civilized savage?
Um, at times I can be.
I see. All right. First question for you. I'm gonna go easy on you first. Let's see. Where are you from?
Originally from New Haven, Connecticut. New
Okay.
Haven,
All
Connecticut.
right.
I love that place, but it's as you know, gun wave in New Haven. Due to my savageness, I have to stay away from you know things like that, so I won't fall into that type of crowd. I try to protect
So
myself.
try to protect your growth. That's valuable. So I guess I'm just wanting to clarify: is your savagery from street life, or is your savagery just overall, just whatever, anything goes?
Well, I don't know if anybody knows this. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay.
Um, we are born savages. Um, my mother, which is funny, I just found out like 2 years ago that she was an Aquarius. So I understand myself more now that I know that.
Oh, sorry about that.
Love it. So,
I think
so I
it's when you
understand
said you were
myself a
an
lot more.
Aquarius.
I'm actually, if anybody was to know me for a long period of time, I am actually the definition of a true Aquarian. Anything you look up, that's what I am. The savagery comes from the third eye, knowing and not putting up with. I just let my body react, put it that way, and things happen.
That's
I don't
good.
put up with anybody's shit, and I when I have a goal, I go straight for it, no matter what angle I have to get it from.
Okay. All right. You know what? I think there are a few synonyms for that word. I'm going to do some digging around too, and I will not challenge your moniker. So, all right. Well, how many children slash baby mamas do you have?
I have three children and two baby mamas.
Tell us.
Um, my first son, my son, he is now 20 years old. Um, he's from one baby mom. The first one, we were in love together, wanted to get married, but trying to do those things as a young person with a young mind, we both weren't ready. So we parted. Me and her do not talk, but and my son is also in prison right now, my oldest. So I'm dealing with that. He'll be out in like 2 years. So me and her don't talk too much, but we do get to whenever we're talking, we're civil. I do have two more kids, 12 and 7, by another woman. The same thing. We tried to make it work. We were together about, I think, about 5, 7 years. We're thinking about getting married, but you know, things happen in this nice world of ours where people have a lot of freedom and options to do what they want. So now I am very single, not looking for anything, but a bank account full of money and a business and a legacy for my kids. That's about it.
Yeah, I definitely understand those sentiments. Are you in any of your children's lives, including your son who's in prison, which is very unfortunate?
Well, yeah, my son calls me once in a while. It's hard to get in touch with him where he's at, but he calls me when he gets a chance. Um, my two youngest, yes, they're usually with me every weekend. And me and their mother get along very, very well, very well. Like I'm even cool with her boyfriend, soon to be husband. He
Yeah,
helps my daughter with her homework and stuff like that when I'm not around. So
yeah.
I'm a civil
Congratulations
person.
to her. Say it again. I'm sorry.
I said I'm a civil person when it comes to my kids.
Yeah.
I try to make sure they're well taken care of any type of way they need.
Civility is like super important when it comes to co-parenting
Right.
successfully, I would say. Yeah.
It was hard. Trust me, it was very hard to do that. Whew, so hard.
How long
But
did it take you with that one? How many years, months?
well, I don't want to put her business out there like
Yeah,
that.
sure,
But
sure.
when you deal with, we have to. If it's not a stable relationship, you tend to stay on edge. You know what I mean? So um, I just had to realize that I'm going to be me regardless, and I can't depend on anyone else but myself to get a future for my kids. I know that she's a good mother and she's going to protect them, and she's doing a very great job, really good job with them. So
Yeah.
I can step back and build a legacy for them because I know they're going to be safe.
That's important. That's very important. I think that should be a priority for both a mom and a dad before anything else. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, okay, all right, cool. All right, so Jimmy is a dad. He's got 3 kids. He's not looking for anything, ladies, but he
One
is a
more thing,
savage.
I am a grand.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
that's
Let's
why I
talk
got all
about
these.
that. Let's talk about
My
that, Pop
son,
Pop.
well, one of the reasons why he's in there, he chose, say it like it is, he chose wrong, but ended up having a child. We're working on trying to get that child stable and, the lives that need to have that child. So that's
Yeah,
about it.
okay. Well, all the best there. Children are innocent. They didn't ask to be here, or maybe they did. We don't know, but we definitely have to be good stewards over them and their
Right.
lives. So let's talk about your interests and your hobbies.
I'm a creator. Like, my interests are anything that puts my mind to work. Like, I love challenges. I like to draw. I like to create graphic designs. I want to eventually make my own movies. Um, I want to do everything pretty much. Anything, any and everything I could put my mind to or capable of doing, I'll do it. And that's what I like. My interests are to create and build. I always wanted to be an architect, but that didn't work out. So I'll just be an architect a different type of way.
Okay, that's understandable. I'm going to take a second to read the comments because Lady Navoa is going off in these comments. What are we talking about here? Let's see.
That's the homie lady Novoa.
Yeah, she had mentioned that you broke down what you do, why you started doing it, and it's my show, so I run it and we listen. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Understanding. He better came up though. Now, what are we talking about right now?
Came up like put my face on camera.
Oh, okay. No
Yeah,
excuses.
because
She
I was
can't.
off when
Okay.
I first started.
Okay, got you. Jim Savage Berry. That's hilarious. I don't even know what it means, and that's hilarious. Um, Black folks, they're like that. What were we talking about then? I don't remember.
I don't know. That's pretty fun.
Overall, what's this?
Overall, in science, not real sorry. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an Aquarius. I think that came up when I was talking
Oh
about
yeah,
being.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's right. That's right. Okay, I was lost. Because you said Aquarius, and I kind of glazed over, and not. I want to be fair. I don't want to say preconceived notions. I don't have the best experiences with the male Aquarius, whereas the female Aquarius, we tend to mesh very well with the water sign
Right.
going on. But that has a lot
There
more
are
to do with
there are those there are those out there
true
who
savages. Like,
no, they're not really savages. They're the Aquarians that don't know how to embrace who they are. They tend to mess a lot of things up for us. I see it a lot. You sure he's
maybe
not a
not living in
Capricorn?
the, well, close enough to be on the cusp, right? But I
Yeah,
think
that's
more so maybe not being honest about what's true for them
yeah.
and trying to just
I don't
live.
know
Like,
any.
don't.
I really don't know any. You know what I mean?
You broke up a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I don't know any Aquariuses that lie too much.
Oof. Yeah, so I'm not going to introduce y'all. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Um, okay. Let's see. Oh yeah. And one of your shows, I remember you had mentioned because I try to tune in, see what y'all be talking about, right? You
Yeah.
mentioned that you don't like the idea of a woman king, and I just want to know. Let's see if you can tell me in 3 sentences what the issue is about a woman king for you.
I'm a king. Why would I want to look at myself? You know what I mean? Like women are beautiful. They need to. Women in their feminine form just makes a man do whatever the hell he wants. Like makes him do whatever a woman wants. Um, the way a female walks, moans, looks, talks. If it's feminine, it's beautiful. I don't think women should try to be like men. It doesn't work. Not for me.
Yeah, I hear you. I remember that myself and one other person in the chat had done a little bit of research about some women kings in history. Uh, the very first being in ancient Egypt, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I kind of just wondered at that point, do women kings actually interact with men in that way to begin with? Or do they just kind of rule their nation how they rule their nation,
What I've
sans.
what I've heard is they rule.
Mhm,
They just rule. It's not like kings would do.
mhm,
I
mhm.
mean, um, if that's what they want to do, it's fine with me. I wouldn't bother with it. I like females to be females. And for you to even say woman king, you already know that you're looking for like it just sounds like you're looking for more attention than usual
Hmm.
because you're putting those two together. Why would you do that? When you
Yeah,
say
I
queen,
mean,
when you say queen, what do you think of? A male or
I,
a female?
I think of the kids in Atlanta, or I think of because right, because you get me. So,
I,
but
but
nobody's gonna
originally,
say a male queen. They're just gonna say yes, queen, right? But no, being serious though. I, my personal perspective would be that they would say woman king because people hear king and always assume that it's a man being a ruler. And I wonder if that is more semantics than anything else. If there were a gender neutral word for ruler, would it have the same connotation?
why can't a queen rule? Queens
She
have ruled.
could.
Why does she have to be a king?
She could. She could. She could. And I think that there's maybe this perspective with the large majority of the population that there still has to be a king attached to that. Yeah, it's by definition the male ruler of an independent state. However, there are still women that have been kings in history, so that and then that would make it be why you have to say woman king. Yeah, that was
You
what I
mean
was
I
saying.
don't? Well, I'm gonna tell you a secret about me. One of the words that kind of not trigger me,
Hmm.
but I have to really think about it or question it.
Hmm.
When you say have to, you know what I mean? Like you have to call them women queen. I really don't have to call them anything.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I see a woman ruler, I just be like that woman rules.
Hmm.
I would never in my life call her a king.
That's interesting. Okay.
Mm.
All right. And there are also several definitions of queen, aren't there? One literally just means the wife of a king, and the other
Mm.
is a woman who rules. Or yeah. So thank you, Jason, for adding that tidbit to educate the
Jason, what's good with
masses.
you, brother?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you believe? Wait a minute. What's that? 3 sentences? I don't know. Do you believe that a girlfriend should submit to a boyfriend, or is that only reserved for marriage?
I would first ask the person that's asking the question, what do you consider submission?
Hmm. Let's see.
I can't answer it without, knowing what you feel about the word submission.
Well, I'm just
Because
gonna
to be
go with
honest with you,
the. Go ahead.
I think submission is just if you chose that man, boyfriend, whatever to be with, a man usually likes a woman to be feminine. And like, if, you know what I mean? Like, just play your part as a female with your men, you know, instead of like when men argue, it makes them feel like they're yelling at men. When, when there's not a confrontation, that's man things. You know, like that's like you don't want to see that with your woman, like all that yelling and all the bickering and all that good stuff. Yeah, it happens, but I think that you should a man should stay in his man form and a woman should stay in her woman form, which is not really submission; it's playing your part in the relationship. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because men and women submit. You know what I mean?
Hmm. I do. Because by this definition, from all the way back in 1828, the act of submitting is akin to the act of yielding to power or authority, which we know in relationships, the power dynamic tends to shift often, whether it's parent and child or, boss and coworker or
Mm,
counterpart, relationship counterpart. Yeah. Let's see, surrender of the person and power to the control or government of another, which back when marriage actually became a thing, those marital contracts, women were becoming property to the husbands that were taking them as wives. So the definitions, of course, have changed a lot over the years. I see here the condition of being submissive, humble, or compliant. So
mm,
that brings to mind non combative. And I believe that those things are good ways to be when you're dealing with the person that you love, no matter
mm.
what, whether you're married or not. I definitely think there are some lines of demarcation there that should
Right.
be considered depending on the type of relationship. Uh,
I agree.
yeah. Okay. Those were really all the questions, but then I thought about something else.
You can ask me. I'm an open book.
Hey Marcus, Marcus is shouting out everyone in the chat and
What's
on the
going on,
panel.
Marcus?
Hey,
Appreciate you,
thanks for
brother.
stopping in. Yeah. I'm not really quick on the trigger fingers. I got to get some of these links up, but I'm enjoying this conversation. So I will get better at that over time. But for now, we're just going to keep this conversation going. And so we had talked briefly, just a little bit about Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. Uh, I want to say her name wrong. What's this lady's name? Miss Pippen.
Larsa Pippen.
How you say it? Just gonna look for the pronunciation, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, before her, I think was actually another woman, Karen McCollum. I never heard about her in the news. Uh, okay, back to this Larsa, who is apparently, I don't want to say it. I don't know. She's apparently dating Michael Jordan's son. And I'm just like, "Mm." And then I'm minding my business because it's really not my business. But I'm just curious, as a sports fan, as an older gent uh, who now has a grandchild. What are your thoughts about that? Was it grooming? What do you think?
Larsa's 48, right?
She's older than me. Yeah, yeah, she's. Hmm.
So I don't know how old Jordan's son is, but I know he's way younger than she is. Um, to be honest with you, I did a little reading, and the first thing that came to mind was she started shit. Sorry, like you gonna you were Pippen's wife, and now you're dating Jordan's son.
Yeah, super ugly.
Yeah, I think that she's trying to start some shit.
Super
That's
ugly.
all it looks like. Like there's so many people out there, so many different celebrities or other basketball sons. But
Yeah, I
the
agree.
little rivalry that Jordan and Pippen had, you're gonna do something like that. I think she's trying to get back at Pippen or do something like just make him angry, which Pippen probably doesn't really give a shit.
Maybe not. And sometimes it seems like there's still that little thing inside of a man that's like You raggedy bitch, you know?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I
Give
know he's saying
her.
that. He's definitely saying that one right there. I believe that. I would say that. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they say they don't care. Everybody, make sure you go take a look at my link tree and follow my links and my whatnots and whatever such as. And let's see, Savage, I got to get a banner up there for you too, don't I? I'll work on that.
For me.
Yeah, you. Yeah. Let's promote it all. Why not? Ah, I think I see it. There it is. Oh, is that it? Oh no, that's the disclaimer, isn't it?
Which one? What are you looking for? Oh, my
I thought I
name?
was, yeah, I thought I was putting your banner up, but it's just a disclaimer, isn't it? Guys, y'all are literally watching me learn live. This is fun though. It's really fun. Yeah. Hit up my link tree. It's a lot of stuff up there. There is a link to my fashion, which, like I said, promoting some JO merch today. You can definitely do your custom orders because I do it all, and some links to my music on all the streaming platforms, some few live performances, and I definitely encourage you to like and subscribe and share both QS Queen Sanaa and Savage Com Entertainment. So let's take a look at this chat here real quick. Ah, Jason, thank you. Oh yeah, thanks for putting that in the chat there. So yeah, it's my Instagram, and QS Queen Sanaa is actually all my social media, and on the streaming platforms, it's just Queen Sanaa. So yeah, for the clothes, it's Savvy Chic Clothing. So yeah, we were talking about her outfit, right? As a
Mm.
fashion designer, listen, I looked at the outfit, and my first thought was that's perfect for a runway. But
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what I
really
was.
see, you know what I mean? It really had some avant garde potential, right? But what are your thoughts about your partner dressing that way in public?
Not happening. I'm very secure. It's just like if your partner, they say is your woman, your spouse is a reflection of you and what you allow, or what what's going on. If I'm well dressed and my woman has her body showing most of it, that's actually leaving. To me, I would say you leave her open to be backed by another man because all men are visual. And if you're looking at my wife's body like that, and you can see it, and she's allowing you to see it, and I'm allowing you to see it, I say you have every right to try to get at it because she's putting herself out there. She's putting her body out there. Like I don't.
Sir.
All right, so all right, let me ask you a question. You ever heard of the gray sweatpants on men?
I heard of it.
Okay, so basically, it has to do with the penis print.
hmm
Would you want, if you know your husband or your boyfriend had a decent sized penis, would you want him to go out with the tight pants with his penis showing for the ladies to look at, knowing if a lady sees something like that, they're automatically gonna be like, let me get that.
I want to answer like this. I've read a lot of the comments from some men from the gray sweatpant craze, and it seemed like a Me Too movement of its own, you know? I read some comments from men who seem to be really uncomfortable with that type of behavior versus that type of attention. Like, I want to wear what I enjoy wearing without being groped by some woman I don't know. And all of me was like, yeah, pretty much. That's kind of what I be saying. You don't get to touch me just because I'm dressed a certain way. Or you can say what you want to say, but I'm not going to respond to it. However, I was also raised Muslim, so a lot of stuff that women regularly wear, I wasn't even allowed to wear growing up. So I think it's important to kind of find that balance in between because, on top of no one having the right to touch you or disrespect you just because this is what you chose to do, um, you also have to be mindful about what you're communicating and what you do have on. So it's a fine line, definitely a line of demarcation. And so when I talk to my daughters and my son, I talk to them about impressions and perception, um, and how sometimes that has to take precedent over you being free as a bird and doing what you want to do. But hey, that's how you choose to live. You just got to be prepared for what's out there, and that's that. And whoop that ass if they put their hands on you.
But why risk it?
I don't know. I don't know. I think that's circumstantial. It depends on the individual. So if I actually did wear that outfit to say a gala or something, right, where avant-garde was the move for the evening, and growing up in Brooklyn, I'm gonna use the example. I have to ride the train back home, have on a trench coat, whatever have you. If I am attacked, did that make it okay?
But it does decrease your chances.
You think so?
Yeah.
You know how many women are fondled and molested fully clothed on the subway train alone? Yeah.
You know how many more would be if they just shown their assets out?
No, I
That's
don't.
me
I
neither. But
don't.
I would think that you would probably get more looks with your assets out than clothes.
Yeah, I won't deny that from men and women alike.
Mhm.
I do agree with that. We know that sex sells. It is what it
I
is, right?
I like fashion, and I do like that outfit. That's the first thing they said. Oh, that's nice,
Hmm.
because I'm into fashion like that. But when it comes to like, I would love to see women that are single in that. But I think automatically that's kind of like it's kind of like disrespect to your husband or your boyfriend. I might as well just like let you, hey, tour you around. Hey, look at her body. Take your clothes off and flaunt you around. Look at, you know what I mean? Like, why not? Like, you have your private. What I enjoy in my personal time, you let everybody see that. So
I
we
mean,
might
is
as
that?
well, like I'm a savage. If that's the way you want to dress, let's make some money off your body. Then, if that's the way
Oh
you want to do it.
gosh. Well, see, okay. Because there's a part of me that says there are a lot of things that you're saying that are valid, and then there's a part of me that's like, but what does her choice have to do with you and your ability to pimp her body? Like she chose to do that, but signs you monetizing it, or like you being the one
What
to blast her.
what is the purpose of going out in public showing your body off?
Um, my first instinct is to say for attention, right?
Okay,
And people do engage in a lot of attention seeking behavior, full grown adults.
right.
Hmm.
But if you're with someone, why are you looking for attention from other people? And you are going to get attention from women, but you're going to get more attention from men.
Hmm.
So automatically, if you're looking for attention and you know that men are going to show you that because of your body out, to me that's an automatic disrespect to your man because why are you looking for their attention when I'm giving you attention? Like you chose me,
Are you? Are you
and if
giving
I'm
her
not giving you
attention?
enough
Are you?
attention, I'm not giving you enough attention, then you need to explain to me the attention that you need instead of
Yeah,
going out showing your body for it.
yeah.
Because if you really think about it, where did that originate from? Showing your body off for attention,
What was it? The strip club, or
strip
or the whole stroll? I don't really know.
prostitution.
Yeah, yeah, the stroll.
Yeah,
So like I couldn't wear shorts growing up, you know. So the first time I wore a pair of shorts, um, I felt weird. I felt extremely uncomfortable. Naomi agrees. Kimberly says that's men
what does she agree
sexualizing
with?
me. I'm not sure. I would love for you to elaborate, Naomi, please, because I missed it when you said it. Kim said, that's men sexualizing me based on my clothing, not me sexualizing myself. Well, tell us a little more about why you dress that way when you do dress that way. Is it not to feel sexy? Is it what would be the purpose then? Um, so yeah, so it took a long time to even feel comfortable showing skin. And then there were other times where it's like, well, this is what I'm doing, but definitely not being around the people I knew I would end up having to address in a way I didn't want to have to. So
Well, there's
just being
all types of
mindful.
like outfits that show skin and looks appropriate. But with her outfit, all that was covered was the crack of her ass and the cooch. and her
A
nipples.
little bit of cheekage. Some cheekage
Yeah,
was
you can see
coverage.
you can see basically her body without the pop 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 pop. You know what I mean?
So she
So
sold
like
the outfit for
you might
sure.
as well just walk around naked if it's like that. And I'm sure that if her boyfriend or husband would not like that.
Yeah, I don't know. And
It's
I
just a
think
respect thing. You know what I mean? Like, and if he agreed with it, then I guess it is what it is. But it's a respect thing. Like, what if I
that's
went out and I was
why
holding my, if I was going out and I kept holding my thing and shaking it everywhere I am, is
I'm
that
gonna
me
have
respecting
you
you?
checked in somewhere. Like,
Men do
I'm
that.
gonna drop
Men do
you off somewhere.
that. But men do that. They're like, you know what I mean? And they do it so
It's
you can
still
see what they're
there.
working with.
It's still there, sir. Golly.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We do it to
Unhand the
show y'all what we're
mantle.
working with. And so
Yeah, I hope you don't behave that way. God.
I'm
Um
not I'm not a jealous person, but I'm all about communication.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out with half your ass out, let's talk about it. I'm down where we're gonna go. We're not gonna go to no lame ass bar with half your ass cheeks out. If you're gonna wear like that, we're gonna go out somewhere very like to that type of standard.
yeah. That
Yeah,
dress seemed like it should have been accompanied by something, I don't know, a cape, a fur, or something. Oh God, Peter,
I
don't
agree.
join my chat. But something, something elegant to go along with it and change the impression overall, I think, of it. Naomi, still looking to hear what you agreed with. And Kimberly says, I have a particular way I dress that I like to dress. It's seductive and sensual for me. It suits who I am. It took me 50 years to truly love and appreciate myself and my body. I'm proud. And so, for anyone who has had to endure that journey, as I said, I grew up Muslim. We covered everything. Like, showing your forearm was too much in the community. And so it definitely is an interesting journey getting to the point where you are comfortable with you and displaying yourself. So, Kimberly, what are your thoughts about how the pendulum swings both ways? So, from one extreme to another extreme, do you believe that there's a such thing as going too far in the other direction now that you have found that strength and that personal comfort? Um, I want to hear a little more from you about that. We were talking about that line of demarcation, not going too far, and by what standards, yeah? And while we're talking about clothing, again, just gonna plug a little JL merchandise right there. So, yeah, if you go to that link tree, you will have an opportunity to order on my online shopping site. So, yeah, looking for you, Kimberly and Naomi, to get back with me. Where did my girl, Lady Naveau, go? Are you still here?
You're probably still there. Oh, there she goes. There's Naomi right there.
Yeah. Okay, Naomi says, I dress in a manner that's always been relatively covered, but emphasizes my shape. But if I'm in a relationship, there is no reason for me to expose my body. That's out of respect for myself and for my man. Yes, now I can agree with that thought process. It leads me to wonder, do you believe that you have to expose yourself when you're not with your man or when you don't have a man? Um, and your comment just brings it home. They say don't advertise what you're not selling. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not selling anything but to my man. If you're not in a relationship, what are you selling? Just definitely want to like wrap that thought
I
process
would say
up.
it's attention to look for a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Uh, is that why I'm single? Listen,
I think you
I
choose to
love
be
the
single.
hoodies.
I think you choose to be single.
Yeah, it's fun.
It is. It
It,
is.
it, it it's enjoyable. And y'all,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stress this. I am an abstinent woman. I am because in that time I can build a business, I can write a song, I can have some fun with my young people, I can clean up my house, I can cook a good meal, I can take a nap. There are so many other things I can do,
Right.
and
You get rid of
just
this right here.
enjoyable. Yeah, it's enjoyable. And additionally, sometimes energies just do not align. And when that's happening, you can tell all your stuff is off. The sewing don't look like it used to look, or the singing just isn't as free and enjoyable. So that's very
Right.
important. Haven't been in a relationship for a while. for a while now, but exposing large amounts of skin has never been my thing. Okay, Naomi, thank you for clarifying that. And that's kind of what we were talking about. So Kimberly says no, absolutely not. I think people should be authentically themselves, whether they're covered from head to toe and only showing their eyes, or whether
Facts.
they're exposing everything but their privates. My lover loves my style, all of it. That's awesome. I'm glad you
I
found
agree.
that
I agree. I
confidence.
actually agree.
Yeah,
Clothed or unclothed, you should always be yourself.
absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Be yourself. But if you are with a person that does not like you to show off your body, you do not need to be with that person. That is for sure and for
I just
true.
think there should be more communication with people instead of just
Yeah.
living like, because I think like if you're with somebody, you just go out, just do whatever you want. It's living like a child. Um,
Tell me
you
more
have
about that.
relationships only last with communication. And if you think that you don't have to communicate in a relationship and just do what you want, then you don't really want to be in that relationship regardless. Because say you did go out wearing half your body out, right? And your husband says, or boyfriend, or someone you date, like I like it. I love your body. I like to keep it to myself. I don't really want you showing it off like that. But if that's what you want to do, I'm gonna try to accept that. And if you're like,
Yeah.
well, my body, I do what I want. I'm gonna go out, have dress this and that, and you can say what you want, but I'm just gonna do it. That's what
Yeah.
children do. Children just do anything
Yeah.
because they don't know consequences yet, and they don't communicate because they're children. They don't know how to communicate yet. You know what I mean? And for you to not even respect the person that you want to be with, that you chose, there's no reason for you to be, you know, you're wasting time.
Is that a respect thing? I'm going to stand up because apparently I
Respect,
came unplugged, but hold on. You go ahead. You share that thought because I'm going to hear you.
okay. Respect is a must all around. If you are with somebody, without somebody, you're just walking down the street, respect should be given. Um, you have to give out what you want back. Don't forget to check out that merch. But if you want something, you have to give it first, so we can see that that's what you really want. Like you give respect, you'll automatically get respect back. And if you don't, then you know that you shouldn't be around that person regardless. You know what I mean?
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Especially in a relationship, there has to be respect. You know what I mean? If you say something and it's something you don't like, and that person just loves to push that envelope, I really don't care about the feelings no more. I really don't care what you talk about, what you feel. You got to go. I don't care if you cry. I don't care if you beg. You got to go. If you don't respect me, I don't want to ever fuck with you,
Mm,
regardless.
yeah.
Because I give the ultimate respect first because that's what I want back.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. Naomi says, I agree with Jimmy. You have to take your significant other's opinion into context. If they don't mind you being almost naked, cool. But if they do mind, be respectful and cover that ass. Listen, that's real. And if that's not what you want to do, that is not the person for you. And I believe that maybe people could stand to get more comfortable with just walking away from what does not work for them and their relationship style.
Don't get me
Amicably,
wrong.
though.
I'll take the tight.
Amicably.
I'll take the tight fit jeans and the span of kind of like I just don't want them seeing your like skin through. Cool, you know what I mean? Like it just makes you look like you're naked and ready for somebody to pound on you. You know what I mean?
Because you're naked, you're ready to be pounded. That's what's not like
Listen, here's the thing. Like,
meshing for me.
all right, let me ask you a question. If the world was filled with people on this side with clothes and this side butt naked, who you staring at?
As a fashion designer, I don't think that's a fair question because I look
As
at
a
clothes the
human
same way
being,
people look at naked bodies.
as a human being,
Like
where
I
is your
admire the
body?
stitch in a
Your
jean.
body?
Like
Where is
ooh.
your eyes going to? If you saw a bunch of men swinging in the wind like this across the street, are you gonna be like, oh, I can't see that, or are you gonna be like this? God, you know what I mean? You're gonna want to look, and it's gonna actually make you feel a certain way. You don't
Yeah,
think
I'm gonna
so?
feel embarrassed. more
That
than
they're out
anything.
there hanging and slinging and things.
Yeah, see, I gotta be honest. Like my dad indoctrinated a lot of stuff as
Mhm.
a young person
Maybe it's different.
about
Yeah.
because in Islam, even men can't walk around all half naked and uncovered. Like there are rules
Right.
for everybody. You can't show your body down past your belly button, honestly,
Right.
right? And you can't show your leg up past per certain part of your leg because you are also not allowed to tempt the women in Islam, right? Yeah, it goes both ways. And if a woman is inappropriately dressed in your opinion, um you are responsible as a man for not looking at her. You're held accountable if you ogle that woman, if you stare at her body, or if you're inappropriate with her. So it's that accountability on both sides. I think that
Right.
makes it a little bit different there. So everybody's just like, just tuck it in, do what you gotta do,
But
right?
but isn't that automatic? What I said before. That's it's de-escalating what can happen once you start showing your body. It's stopping
Yeah,
me from really looking at your body part. It's stopping you from having those thoughts, which definitely are sexual thoughts
yeah.
because you're half butt
And see,
naked.
and I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you. I am a huge fan of do whatever you're going to do. I'm also a huge fan of if that doesn't work for me, I'm going to stay over here. You know what I mean? I'm going to mind my
Exactly.
business and let you do you. But I'm still going to
Right.
speak the truth. And the truth is, most likely you're going to get attention that you don't like and you don't want, and it's not okay either.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's
I
see.
don't want to go to the club with my girlfriend half naked, and the club is full of men that don't know that that's your girlfriend, and most of them don't really care.
Yeah.
So if they if there's girls, if there's 98% of the girls dressed and you're see through up, they're coming after you. And guess what I have to do?
Yeah.
Now I have to go into defense. I can't have a good time with you. I have to watch all the fellas. I got to see if they're going to touch you so I can knock them. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it
Yeah.
causes problems in a relationship. Single life, let's get it. What naked
Yeah.
the better. I love it.
I think
But
I had the
relationship,
boyfriend
I just think there should
that
be
was
what?
watching all the other ashes in the club.
What happened?
I think we collided there. What happened? What you? Yeah, I said I think I had the boyfriend. Well, at least when I was younger, I was watching all the other asses in the club, and I'm just like, okay, oh hey, okay, this is not the man for me. Let's see.
Well, yeah, see, you know what I mean? Like, men are visual, and if they see ass, they automatically like, yes.
Well,
So,
where's the self control?
we're men. We're men. Sorry, it's in our
What do you
DNA.
mean?
As men, we are visual, and visual turns us on. Whether it's a painting, whether it's you know what I mean. If we're visual, certain things make us feel certain ways. You know what I mean? Like I said, like a painting will make me feel a certain way. Um, a clean house makes me feel a certain way. A half butt naked body makes me feel a certain way because we're visual. We love to look at. We can see things, and we build it in our mind, and it turns us on in certain ways. Whether it be turn us on to draw or do more, create more, or sexually.
Yeah,
So
right.
if I see assets and have your butt cheeks, it's going to make me think of the last time I had sex. And with you know what I mean? And then your mind just go, oh, remember when the ass was in the air? And then you start looking at the girl like, I could put her at. It's a whole process. I'm just being honest about how men think. And a lot of
No,
women don't. It's just what it is. It's like it's in our DNA. It's what it is. It's not about self
that
control.
yeah, yeah.
There's no why would I want self control of something I can't control? You can't really control that. You can look
So we're
away,
talking
yes.
about nature. We're talking about nature.
Nature,
So
yes. The
we're not,
man
yeah,
is yeah. And
yeah.
a lot of
We're
people like
not,
to
yeah.
think that we're not that type of person. Men are visual, and we're going to think about sexual shit if we see your body. It's
Yeah.
not perverted. It's not. It's just the way we are.
And I always get I don't know, like a little concerned about I want to make sure that I'm being clear. I do not knock anyone for what they do and how they choose to live, right? When you think about, for example, the women with the great gray sweatpants movement and all of this clawing and scratching at, whatever. It was just really interesting because I kind of have come to expect that behavior from men, although I don't prefer to interact with men who are just so overly and overtly sexual all the time, because what else is on your mind, right?
Right.
However, it was just kind of interesting to see women acting that way. And I was just like, okay, so things are changing. And I definitely wanted to acknowledge Kimberly's chat where she said, exactly that about the respect and how did he meet me. So assuming that maybe you were dressed a certain way when he met you, and I think I
Mm,
definitely want to stick with the dude who likes me in my sweatsuits, because this is what I sell, this is my brand. Most likely I'm going to be out branding, but that
right.
same person can't be upset when I'm outside looking like Queen Sanaa on stage, because it's going to happen. It's the duality of me, right? um, and Kimberly said she loved the conversation, but she had to go. Yeah, thank you for checking in. I hope you catch the rest later
Thanks, Kim, for
on.
joining in. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and check out In Love with Kimberly Michael on Tuesday evenings. What is it, 8 o'clock that she comes on?
9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central.
Yeah, she's got a good show. I think her last one was Am I a Female Narcissist? It's an interesting
I like
topic,
that
to
was a
say the
good one.
least.
That was
Yeah,
a really
yeah.
good show.
So, yeah,
Really
so go
good
back
show.
and take a look at that. Naomi said that gray sweatpants are equivalent to lingerie. Listen, my man couldn't wear any at all. Like, don't even step outside that way.
Well,
You
why
asked the
not?
question, but it wasn't just that. It was the basketball shorts for me. Like, take them shits off now. You're not walking out the door like that.
So you agree with me, though? You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
I never disagree. Like, we're not doing that,
No,
because if you're doing that, I'm doing this, and let's just go together. I'll cheer for you on the sidelines. Yeah. Hmm.
nope.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this was a great conversation. I
Right.
appreciate everybody lighting up the chat. Y'all kept it exciting. Got a little bit of Queen Sanaa
I was
playing in the
actually waiting for
background.
a real savage question.
Were
I
you?
was, I was prepared to, because you already know. I was prepared.
Well, what do you want me to, I mean, I'm being Queen Sanaa right
You don't
now.
have to ask me anything else. It's cool. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, yeah. I
A lot
enjoyed
of
it.
people know me more now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I wanted to take it easy, but I'll save the rest. And honestly, now that we have had this robust discussion about
Mhm.
nakedness and partner respect, I really would like to talk to a woman who is comfortable walking outside, mostly undressed. So I believe I'm going to find one and bring her to this panel. And
It's
have
not
a,
gonna be hard to do so.
you know what? You're not lying. You're not lying. So yeah, that's true. It's very true. So yeah. Let's see. Did Lady Naveau disappear? Is she still here?
I think she went. She does
Okay.
moderate the chat moderation for a lot of different panels.
Oh,
So she's
nice.
usually in town.
Yeah, you got to link me. I would love to support. And I appreciate you coming on this panel today. So I'm going to close out with my new single that will be out in about a week. And just going to play that Being in Love. Will be available on all streaming platforms. And hope you all enjoy it. Have a great Sunday.
See you.
I'm just being in love. 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 When I met you, I didn't care about love. Didn't think that I would ever fall. Didn't know that we were so compatible. Simple, letting go of what I linger on the edge of our love. takes to be in love. Oh, we both know what it takes. We both know what it takes to be